Hello and welcome to our quarterly Youth in Action live forum here on the Serenity Resource Connector platform. Whether you are on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, a warm welcome to you. In this forum, we are going to be highlighting our guests' efforts in impacting lives in and out of the classroom, and also the value of student involvement in extracurricular and community activities as part of their overall development. If you're new to this space, I am Winsome Sharia Witter, founder of Serenity Resource Connector, and I have the awesome privilege of moderating, hosting these sessions each Thursday at 8 p.m., looking at different areas, all related to empowering community, whether it's culture, safety and security, community in general, local governance and community development, or youth leadership and youth empowerment. And joining us for this youth leadership forum, no strangers to this space, we're welcoming back Tahje Wallen. Welcome back, Tajay, founder of YEA. I'm trying to remember
Youth Education
Education
Association.
Association. All right.
Thank you
And
for having me.
pleasure. All right. Joining today is Marcelle Jackson. It's been a while, Marcelle, but welcome back. MJ
Thank you.
Foundation. All right. And as young as they look, they are a part of our education system, impacting lives, changing lives as they go. But they're not just keeping it in the classroom, they are taking it near and far. And I love the fact that they're doing a lot of collaborations. And we're going to be sharing more on that as the discussion progresses. So we are going to dive right into the discussion. All right, so let's start with an intro to the whole leadership and impact. Tajay, share with us how your journey as an educator inspired you to establish your organization.
So, as an educator, I started Youth Education Association from when I was back in high school. I usually assist students educationally. So, I usually taught maths, account, and office administration. Throughout my university life, it continues. I usually assist students with their various educational in my strong courses. Upon leaving university, that's when I said, I want to continue this assisting and teaching and to impart my knowledge that I have. And that's why I come up with Youth Education Association. And it has been doing a tremendous job in assisting students educationally, teaching free C and Cape classes, um, bringing them an educational tour in the hotel industry. So that propelled me to continue to the journey even after and in the classroom.
Love that. Marcel?
Okay, for me, I'm in the classroom. I'm an educator, and I witness students not having the tools for school. And also in my previous community, I see where a lot of students have financial struggles with getting the tools for school. And so I decided that I would start MJ Foundation to assist them because these stationaries are important for learning.
Fantastic. I love that. It reminds me of the Festival Queen Parish project and how some of them actually went on to make it a business venture. So I'm really, really glad that you are actually walking in purpose and on purpose as you impact lives along the way, because that's what we're here for. And that's what makes life so interesting and fulfilling if we actually engage in helping others and not just ourselves. All right. So,
Yes.
what specific needs or challenges, Marcel, you would have shared what you would have seen and so on? But is there anything else outside? Because I know you take on a number of initiatives. So, are there any specific needs or challenges other than what you've mentioned before in your communities that motivated you to start the back to school drive specifically, since we're looking at going back into school?
Okay, one of the major specific needs would be unemployment in the community. So most of the persons living in the community, they are unemployed, and If you're unemployed, if you don't have like family support, you know that you're going to have financial difficulties, and these financial difficulties can stop parents from getting the tools to give their kids to go to school, right? So I decided that I would come up with the back to school initiative to kind of reduce the pressure from the parents who are unemployed and give these students the necessary tools for them to go to school. So it kind of ease the burden of the parents.
Awesome. Tajay?
For me, it's similar based on the unemployment rate. It was high. It's going down, but there are still persons within the community that are unemployed. Or even if they're employed, they're earning minimum wage, which it can't take care of a family. So this additional support and assistance that we can provide, it is well needed and appreciated by the parents and by the guardian. For us at here, we not only provide school supplies, but we also provide food items in our packages. So both food and school supplies you are being provided with. So we are assisting you drastically for you to reroute the money to somewhere else, either to buy additional stuff that we did not supply, but at least you'll have food items, school supplies, books, bags, you name it. So we are providing a well needed assistance. So the few cash funds that you have, you can now reroute it to somewhere else.
Fantastic. Welcome, Oral. Thank you for joining us. President Fairman, thank you for joining us. President Fairman was in studio with me a couple of weeks ago on our safety and security program, talking all about the Police Youth Club camp. All right. Encouragement coming in from Oral. Keep it up, Marcel and Tajay.
Good.
All right. Thanks. I
Yeah.
love the flowers. Keep them going. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So, I'm sure there are a number of young people, or the organizations who are looking to start their own initiatives to give back in their communities, but it's not always the easiest of journeys. So just share with them how you plan and strategize in executing a successful back to school drive. What are some of the strategies that you use? Talk us through, Tajay.
So, just to start, there are a few persons who within my organization and outside of my organization that would have reached out to me previously to say they want to start their own charitable organization. It's a dream of theirs. So they want some ideas on the process of how I started. I shared it. I feel free to share it. It's nothing to hide. It's public knowledge. So, and one organization can't do everything. So the more help we have, it's better for not just us, but also for the participants and the recipients. Um, it's a struggle to start an organization with the registration, paying that one time fee, getting filling up the documents. It's a struggle to do all of that. At first, when I was doing it, oh my god, I was hoping that the process was far over. I have somebody to do it for me, but I had to do it myself. So I go through a lot, especially to open the bank account. That was a tedious part of opening a bank account. I had to start with one bank and they asking me for everything under the sun and Jesus Christ and everything. So I said, no, I can't do this. And I stopped and I put it on pause and somebody reached out to me and said they tried with another bank and I said, all right, let me see what this process is. And it was much smoother with that bank. I happy I got that assistance from another person who's in the NGO field and bank account open, registration up. So it was a struggle and it takes time to go to company office and come back here that you have correction because as the first time I will not know everything that you need to fill out exactly on the form. So some spaces you leave blank, you'll get back corrections from company office. So it's tedious, but it works a while because once you're registered, funding will be coming in. Sponsorship, you're able to secure sponsorship because one of the good thing that I'm glad that I register when I did because when I reach out to companies for sponsorship, they asking me for the registration certificate if I register. And I was quickly after that can send them it to say yes, we are registered. Quickly we can send them the articles of incorporation so that they know that yes, we are registered. Even though we just got it maybe a few months ago, but at least we are registered and they see the step that we can take. At that stage also they ask for directors profile to see who are the directors, to see who they are, if they are reputable persons in society, if they have a certain level of qualification and experience and stuff like that. Because as a new foundation coming on board, companies who want to sponsor you want to ensure that they are sponsoring something worthwhile, an organization that is worthy, that is competent, even though that they're new. They want to know those backgrounds. So it's a good thing to register, ensure that persons who you have are worthy persons in society. They have a certain level and they understand what it takes to be a director and to carry out the functions of the organization.
All right. And at this point, it's the opportune time to thank our forum sponsor, Juicy Patties, for making this all possible. And for other business entities, organizations that want to come on board to keep this going, the program going, feel free to reach out. All right. And as you said, Tajay had to make sure register. This program started as a program under a different business name, but based on where it's actually morphed into what it actually morphed into, I had to register Serenity Resource Connector because that's the household name. And so that's why Serenity Resource Connector came about. All right. And this is where I share that when I'm not planning and coordinating for these weekly forum, I assist persons in making this journey with company's office and in terms of what you need to go to the bank and the tax office easy. And so my clients once said that administration is like her kryptonite, but I made it seem as if it's just a breeze. All right. So you can visit the website www.serenityresourceconnector.com to set up an appointment to have a discussion with me and I'll guide you through the process. All right. Marcelle, anything else to add? How you plan and execute your back to school so those who are looking to get involved can be guided accordingly? Go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that Jay would have mentioned the registration part, but in terms of like planning and executing, first you would have to identify the needs of the community. When you find out the needs of the community, then you decide how many items you have. You know, you plan with your team, do some fundraising, promote your initiative because promotion is very important. That's how you get in your donors and stuff. And after you would have promoted and getting the items, you now have to like hit the ground running by assigning tasks to different members so that everything can flow on the day, right? And after you plan and execute, you know, you send your thank you notes and you build partnership with persons who have sponsored you. And that's how you really like it's just like a step-by-step process with how you would carry out your initiatives.
All right.
So it's
Yeah.
not the I'm going to do this and you just get up and do it. It's like a step-by-step process.
Just to add, I start planning back to school treats like from February, March of every year. My
Yeah.
sponsorship letters are out by March
Yes.
That's right.
because
You
So
can't
we
wait
get
until
just
last minute.
you want
Mhm.
to ensure that you secure your sponsors early so that you don't hear, oh, you're too late, or we have other commitments, or we don't have funding and stuff like that. So I want to catch them from early so
Thank you
that
for that one, Tajay. So I'm going to go before you.
All right. Yeah, good night, Dr. Lavelle. Thank you for joining us. All right. So let's share some encouragement here. Our students. How do you encourage students to participate in extracurricular activities and community service as part of their whole holistic educational experience? As I was sharing with you before, that that's one thing I regretted not doing in high school, being more actively involved in extracurricular activities, community outside of church. There was not much that I participated in, and I'm seeing the benefits. But share with us from your perspective. Tajay, go first, and then Marcel.
All right. So participate in extracurricular activity. It gives you a lot of benefits. It show you what is outside of the what it's outside in the world. So apart from the academic and you being at school and the teaching and learning process, extracurricular activity build you professionally and you build your personal development. You will learn different things and exposed to different items when you participate in this extracurricular activity. For example, if you want to do track and field, they will you know have to be a disciplined person. Cricket, you have to be a disciplined person. You have to focus on the ball and stuff like that. And those things assist you professionally and personally. For me, I do domino, so memory it teach me memory. I have to memorize 14 dominoes and play it out my head. So I will get a minute or two to look at 14 dominoes, and then I will have to then they take them away from me, and then I have to play those 14 dominoes with a domino game. So that teach me memory, and it builds me. So currently right now I remember most things when I see it. When I see numbers, I'm good at numbers because of that past experience. So it build a person professionally and personally. It open them to be a more well-rounded persons in society. Participating in community activities, it give you that exposure and that unity that you can come together and share with like-minded residents within the community. What is happening? Play a game of domino, play a game of football, have a drink, have some fun time in the community. Also assisting them where you can. If you're a sixth form student, you can then assist the lower grade students in your community. So that help you to build rapport, it build your confidence as well, because you might be a shy person, but then because you are pushed into these things, you no longer become a shy person and no out there want to give back and put your best foot forward.
Right? The best way to get rid of that shyness, that nerve, is to actually help someone else. It works for me. Marcel, anything else to add?
Yes, I would have agree with Tajay. It builds your confidence. Students gain numerous skills, communication skills. Also, it also helps with mental health and physical activity. You know that physical activity is very important, and it reduces sickness, diseases, and stuff. So it would have extracurricular activity would have helped students mentally, help them to focus more in school, develop the brain and the body and stuff. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right, and for those who actually serve on executives at whether it's school or community, it actually helps to develop your leadership skills. So when
Yes,
you
that's
actually go
true.
out there, right, and prepare you for the working world as well. So when you go, you know how to communicate with different people and how to navigate this
Mm-hmm.
different situation, because you're going to come upon challenges, which is where we're going next in terms of challenges, solutions, and student involvement. So what are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in executing these drives, and how have you overcome them? Marcel and then Tajay. We're helping some people to navigate. So, Marcel,
Okay,
some
so
challenges.
in terms of challenges, I would have said that I need to start planning earlier. Just as Tajay said, he starts sending out letter from February, which is good. And I told him that I'm going to steal that idea. So I need to start planning earlier so I can get in more sponsorship and donors. Yes, so that's what I plan to do as the solution to start planning earlier.
Okay, so you can secure your sponsors.
Yes, so
All,
I can secure more sponsors.
all right, Tajay.
For me, one of the challenges starting early is fine, but then one of the challenges that you might face, so that you have to do follow-ups because it's so early. Some persons don't look at it that early because they said, "Oh, that I have time." So you have to continuously following up with them. So that pose some problem to keep on reminding them at times that you have sent this, and they send follow-up emails and follow-up calls, because you have to call sometime to have some conversations with them. Because for me, I am persistent, so I might send a letter maybe 2 months down the line, they say that you're not able to. I'm going to take up the phone and call you. I'm gonna say, hey, with some, I saw that you get an email that you're not able to, but I'd like to have some conversations. And at that end of the call, I get something. So that's how you have to be determined, because they might say no initially based on the vast number of applications coming in for sponsorship. But when you have that telephone conversation with them, it reap great reward. And I have seen it personally in my organization. Even though I am the founder, I am responsible for strategic partnership and sponsorship, because I know how to get to persons and to persons to change their no to yes within a couple of seconds. There's some sweet talk and some put some great ideas out there to them. Yes, it actually work, and they actually reap great reward. So it does work. It work, and there are challenges that you faced like that. We have to know to overcome them. Another one is sometimes members are not able to come out and to assist where you need them, but so you have to grow your membership pool so that if some members are not available, they can pull on other members to fill those gaps. So yeah.
Some awesome ones is right there. All right. And for those who are with us live, feel free to ask your questions. And if you're watching the replay and you have questions, please post your questions in the comment and we will certainly get you a response. All right. So, how do you involve students in your organization's activities, particularly in planning and executing the back to school initiatives? If you currently do, and if not, are you considering getting the students involved? All right,
Uh,
Marcel, and then all right, go ahead, Tajay, and then we go to Marcel.
so for me, you have students that are a part of my organization from grade
Awesome.
10 go from grade 10 go up. They are part of committees, so they assist with planning not just for back to school trip, but for any other activities that we have. They also hold positions in the organization as well, because we want to train them up. Because when we go move on, they will be the one to take over. So we have to train our young minds, train our students, because not because they're young, that doesn't mean that they don't have the know-how or the skills or the technical expertise to participate and to execute. So they are part of committees to plan conference, to plan the back to school treat, any activities that we have, they can join those committees. We have a dinner coming up and they are part of it as well. So we integrate them into the system fully as members, as executive lower executive positions. They hold them so that we can train them to come up to reach our standard when we are ready to leave.
Fantastic. Marcel?
Okay, for me, I'm considering involving my students, but what I do is that I teach them the importance of giving back. I let them know what I do in my community. So I teach them that giving is very important, and when they grow up they can also give back to their community when they are successful. And I told them that even in the classroom, you can, if someone doesn't have a necessary tool, you can give or share, and it's something that makes you feel good about yourself and you become a better person in society. So I don't necessarily involve them, I'm planning to, but I do teach them about the importance of giving back.
That's fantastic. All right.
Yes.
And this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you always have to be putting things in place. So, in what ways do your organization efforts contribute to long term educational success for the students you support? Tajay.
So currently, for we haven't done it 2 years now, but our free C-Sec and CAPE classes, we want to introduce it back for this year, especially with the alarming results that we're seeing from the C-Sec results, the C-Sec results that we see, especially for math and English, the percentage is very low. So we want to see how best as possible we can gather those teachers back together that we have previously to kickstart our free C-Sec and CAPE classes. The reward was great, and we see the impact, the long-term impact that we have utilizing that. So that is one way that we want to a long-term goal that we want to continue and to sustain and for it to be sustainable, because it can be burdensome at times to teach in the day and then come back on the weekends or in the evening, to also provide some extra assistance to students who in need. So we understand the struggle both ways, both on the teachers and on the students. But we have to do what we have to do so that we reap great rewards in the end. Um, so that's one thing that we want to do. So we want to also come up with a program that will assist students wholesomely, uh, through personal development and professional development, and that will help to also bridge the gap when they're going out in the working world.
Fantastic. Anything from your organization, Marcel? Marcel seem to be having some technical issues there. All right, until she gets back, talk to us, Tajay, about the importance of students engaging in extracurricular activities. Now, we started this earlier, as they prepare for back to school, but more specifically, they might be so confused because I see some 20 odd list of clubs and associations at schools. So they might be wondering, where do I go? How do you guide them in terms of making a choice as to what activity to participate in? Tajay.
So I know schools have those clubs and societies, and some clubs don't restrict you to be a part of more than one, because you might have several different passions, several different likeness. So you can be a part of two to ensure that you share your passion. For me, I was a part of about three clubs at the same time, while going to school, because my passion is, I have several different passions. I was a part of maths club, I was a part of reading club, I was part of book club. I was also joined the ICF at one point in time. So the motivation is that do what you love and go into what you like, and ensure that it is fulfilling, because if you join something that it doesn't like, then you will not put in the work, or you will just be a laid back and you will not find joy in executing the activities. So go through, if you see the name of a club and say okay, you like the name, but when you go to the club itself and it's not something for you, feel free to step back, respectfully, to say that this is not something that you enjoy doing, or you like the name but you think it's this, but when I come to attend, it's not that. So find another club that you want to be a part of, execute those activities that you like, because as I said, it's a passion within that gives you that drive and motivation to continue doing what you're doing. So take charge of it and find that club that you like, that will give you that fulfillment, and to say yes, I would have played my part in these students life.
Indeed. All right, Marcel, if you have anything to add on the previous question, and then you can pick up on this one in terms of any additional guidance that you offer to your students in making a selection as to what activities to consider.
Okay, in terms of guidance, I will um, tell them the different clubs that are in the school, and I will ask them what they like to do, what they enjoy doing, and then I will tell them, recommend a club for them. So if they like art, I'll recommend them to the drama club. If they are athletics or love sports, I will send them to the PE club. So it depends on their skill sets. That's how I recommend them.
All right, I love that. And first
Yeah.
name Abraham says, pursue your passion. All right, Oral is saying on point remarks on the benefits of co curricular activities. King Jr. says, that's very informative session so far. That is, I hope it is still maintaining the informative tone because that's what we aim to do here. All right. So we talked about students, but we have some older students who are in university or might be at work, how do you involve the young people in your organization's activities, particularly in the planning and executing? Because yes, the students, because you're educators, but for those who are working with more demands, how do you get them engaged in the activities, Tajay?
For me, I am a part of the planning committee for my division at work. So it is to balance both at work and outside of work. It's a quite a lot, but it's good to be a part of those activities, those committees as well, because it gives you the opportunity to put forward activities that you know your staff and your colleagues would like to participate at work. Before I joined, there was no planning committee there, to my knowledge, in the division. I know since I came, I be a part of this committee. We execute activities, great activities that that the staff enjoy participating in, and they always keep asking us when is another meeting, when we're going to have another activity. I let them do treasure hunting. They love it. I'd give some and tell them to just go and find. So I come up with several different kind of ideas to let them participate in the activities, and it's fulfilling because they don't go to work to just work. They need some downtime and some time to enjoy and relax the moment. That's sometimes persons don't like to just working. You will have a few that just don't really participate in the activities, but you have the other set now, the young sets that would like these extra activities at work, to be a part of these committees, to ensure to give back any way, shape, or form that they can. And it's really good thing that persons must join these communities and participate in these activities at work.
Do you find that your colleagues want to be a part of your organization in terms of helping you with the activities based on your engagement with them?
Yes, so my colleagues do, and since even a back to school treat, there are few colleagues that say, Tajay, here, I see the work that you're doing. Here's a little cash to put towards the activities. The three of them come together. I believe that they should be watching here tonight. Three of them come together and they buy some books, stationaries, pencils, and some other stuff, and say, Tajay, here's a bag of stationery to put towards your back to school treat. So because of that, it's the reward is coming. The reward is coming.
Awesome. Kudos to you. All right. Marcel, anything to add?
Yeah, I would agree that I have colleagues who help me to um, get in donations, and they would ask me when is the back to school drive and how many more books they need and stuff. So I get a little support from them.
Right. Fantastic. All right. So we are continuing to offer guidance. What advice would you give students about balancing academics and the co-curricular activities or community engagement? Because we have to have some balance because we want those CSEC results to go up,
But
but we still want to develop the holistic
yeah,
individual. So help our students.
It's
Marcel, then let's go to Marcel and then come
myself.
back to you, Tajay.
okay, I would say in terms of balancing both, it creates a timetable, right? It's all about time management, how you manage your time. So you say, okay, I'm going to spend 1 hour doing this and another hour, another 2 hours studying. So it's all about how you manage your time, having that balance. And when you have a balance and a structure, you're more able to be effective in what you're doing.
All right, Tajay.
Yeah, for definitely for that timetabling and scheduling, it puts structure to anything that you're doing. Even
Mhm.
while studying as well, it give you some time to study. So I like that that structure. You need to have that structure to balance both. So during the day, You might be a prefect at school and you carry out your prefect duties, or a student council representative, you carry out your counseling duties, or if advocacy duties as a student council rep, to ensure that you cater to your students' needs. While back in the community, you participate in either a planning committee or just participate in any activities that the community plan. But you want to ensure that you complete a certain your homework first, or any extra class first, and then
Mhm.
not all activities you'll be able to participate in, because there'll be a lot. But as my mom, while growing up, says to my brothers and sisters, is not where every job knock you must go. So you have to ensure that you complete certain stuff first. Your homework is done, your chores is done, and then you are not able to participate or plan any other activities in and around the community, or even at school, because it might be a part of clubs as well at school, and you plan some activities there during club time, you execute them, but you don't forget that you also have schoolwork, you have your academic work. You can't um, let the planning and execution of activities take priority over your academic life. So you have to strike that balance, because focusing on one and losing out on the other, while both is good, you need to create that balance, strike that balance
Yeah.
between the two. So ensure that you still fulfill your academic studies, and you also developing yourself holistically, um, planning, executing, managing, leading, and stuff like that. All of those come together to make you a good person in society and ready for the working world.
Well said. Dr. Lavelle will soon respond to that. We'll be sharing contact details in a little while. All right. So let's look futuristic collaboration. What are your future goals for your organization and back to school initiatives? Anything new and different that we can look forward to? Because I know you're always coming with different things. And how do you plan to expand or evolve these awesome efforts and initiatives? Marcel, then Tajay.
Okay, so I definitely plan to partner with other organizations. I've partnered with yeah, that's Tajay Foundation Aspirar. So I'm looking forward to partner with other organizations. In terms of growth, I'm looking forward to partnering partnering with overseas organization, and also donating overseas as well. So I'm looking forward to going overseas. And in terms of back to school, I want to get in more sponsors and have more rides and stuff for the kids. More, some more goodies.
All right, because you don't just do the goodies, but you actually have a fun day. That's when you go out there. Fantastic. All right, and we need to
Yeah.
hear more about the other initiative that you work on outside of back to school in a little while. Tajay, go ahead.
For me, one of my main plans, I wanted it for the fourth year, but then I put it off a little and said I wanted for it to be the fifth year. So the fifth year we want to open or a physical space for Youth Education Association. That's our dream. I have been eyeing around buildings going around. I need to get in contact with those who own them to see how best as possible we can have a physical office that persons can come to. That. So that's one of our main goal that I have currently. In terms of expansion of the back to school treat, for us, we have devotions at our back to school treat, motivational talks, some advice, because we don't want to be the activity, while it's still fun, but not so much filled with excitement and activities in terms of bounce about, trampoline, and those things, but more so a motivational talk. Because some of these, if truth be told, some of these students and parents, they need some little guidance. They need some little one-on-one conversations. They don't really get them often. So whenever we go out, we have persons on our team who are in training, guidance, and counseling, and motivational speakers and mentors. So we try to offer
Mentor.
some so we try to offer some support to the parents and to the students when we go out to our back to school treat, have our devotions and stuff like that. we play our music and have dance competition, and to also lighten the moment as well. Um, Another goal for the organization is that for next year we want to, it hasn't come out yet, it's the first the public will be hearing of it, and maybe don't want to say it yet, let me just withhold it until further notice. But there is a great thing coming next year. You will definitely hearing about it. Our planning committee is coming together. They will start the planning in September, and you will hear great things of us next year for our anniversary. Look out for it. This year for our anniversary, we actually unveil our website. Next year, something greater.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. And we focus on collaboration because these forum is just to get the conversation started, but after we leave here we want people to take action. All right, so how can educators, students, and community members work together to enhance the impact on education within the community? As we said, all of us have to come together if we want to see improvement from the early stage, from infant right up to high school and university. It has to be all hands on deck if we want to see improvement. So talk to the educators, students, and community members as to how they can work together to see make that happen. Marcel, then Tajay.
Okay, I think they can form a committee, talk about the needs of the community, do assessments, and share different skills with each other to see how they can better improve the needs of the community, the needs of the students. Right? So coming together now, they will execute and see how they can improve.
All right, Tajay.
In communities, everybody have their own skill and resources. Some might have the space, some might have the funding to refurbish or to fix up the space, some might have the knowledge to impart to the students, some might come with their equipment to assist to put in the space. So once everybody come together and put their various resources together to assist the students, so the teachers come with their knowledge, the community have possible as a resource center, or they can ask for one to be built through their MPR counselor. They get that bill. Some say, all right, I have some computers that I sell and are refurbish. I can put a tool in the resource center. So once we all come together with our
Coming together,
various
yeah.
resources, we can execute and assist our students more. At that resource center, at that center, we can have classes for students from the kindergarten come up. We can have fun time at the resource center. On weekends, we have the students come out and participate in activities or plan their own activities, so that will also build them leadership skills, their communication skills, and their planning skills by they planning their own activities and part and executing on those, and not just persons older than them planning and for them to participate. They know what they want, so they can plan that activity. All we as adults do is just provide the resources that is needed. As even we can even go as far as assist them to get the resources and not provide it ourselves by writing letters to reach out to various sponsors to say um asking for either funds or for in-kind donations to uplift that. So once we come together as educators, students, and community residents, we can reap great reward in our communities. We just need for them to come together peacefully, because coming together can be can cause chaos. But once they come peacefully and have that mindset, that and main goal of assisting our students and assisting the residents within the community, then we can achieve great things.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that. All right. And Dr. Lavelle, I haven't forgotten you. We will respond in a little while. So, In what ways can our viewers, including our students, actively participate or support your organization's initiatives, whether through volunteering, donations, or other contribution? Marcel, how can we help?
Okay, so yes, they can reach out if they are willing to volunteer, then we can add them to the team. If they are willing to donate, we accept donations. But anyone who is willing to help and assist to make the initiative successful, we welcome them on board.
Share the contact information. Dr. Lebel is waiting on it. So, Tajay
So
and Marcel, how can I contact you for further discussions? I like what I'm hearing from you both. So, go ahead and
okay,
share the contact.
Okay, so on Instagram, the name of our foundation is MJ underscore foundation. That's on Instagram, MJ underscore foundation. And you can reach out to me by contacting me at 876-420-9835. That's the foundation's number. So you can reach out to me on that number.
All right, fantastic. All right, Tajay.
Um, First, my contact is 876-342-7475. That is the organization phone number. When you call it to get me directly, um, you can go on Instagram. You visit our Instagram. We have in our bio. There's an application form for persons who want to be a part of the organization. If you wish, you fill out that application, and you will be contacted by our director for administration and membership retention. That's how students also can be a part of Youth Education Association. As I said, we welcome youths, we welcome the students. We have students from grade 10, we accept them from grade 10 up to be a part of the organization. As you know, by the age of grade 10, they are somewhat adult enough to participate on their own without parent consent in activities and stuff like that. So once they're in grade 10, they're welcome on board to be a part of it. They can go on our Instagram, as I said before. In our bio, there's an application form. And our phone number is 876-342-7475. They can always call to find out more about the organization and how to apply. We have our website, and there's Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. All social media platform, which I just mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's Youth Education Association, and our website is, I can't spell it off the top of my head now. I don't remember that.
All right, you need to send that over so we can add it in the blog. All right. So, for those who are with us live or you're watching the replay and you're not getting all of this, not to worry. After we sign off, hop on over to serentyresourceconnector.com, subscribe, and you will receive the blog each week with the highlights of what we share here. All the resources, the contact details will be there for you to get the connection that you need to move forward in strengthening your organization or whatever it is that you're working on. All right, so we can't leave here without sharing some key insights. Parting advice. What insights, parting advice would you offer our audience on the significance of empowering youth leaders and motivating students to take an active role in their communities and schools? Marcel, then Tajay. All right. You can take your
Could
time
you
on
repeat the
this one because we
question?
want to share as much as we can. All right. So we're offering our audience
You were
the.
in You were in and out, asking to repeat the question.
All right. So we're sharing insights, part and advice to our audience on the significance of empowering youth leaders and motivating students to take an active role in their communities and schools.
Okay, so when we empower our youth leaders and students to take up active roles in schools, we are leading them into we are leading them into a society where they will become great leaders. We will have students who are confident. We will have students who will go out and help in society, and we will also make them into well-rounded individuals. Probably will have less crime, so I will like encourage them to keep on motivating them to join extracurricular activities, and also they can in turn come up and encourage other younger versions.
All right. Tajay?
You're muted, Tajay.
Sorry. Um, Key insights or parting advice that I would offer to the audience on significance. So give youths that opportunity to shine, to be themselves, to be a part of that the space. And not just to be a part of the space, but also to occupy the space. Too often we put youths at the table just to say that we are giving them that opportunity, but they are not occupying the space as though they should be. So we want the meaningful youth representation, give them that opportunity to express and to be a part of this whatever activities that we want. Train them as though you want them to come and to execute. As I said in my organization, we have youths. They are part of committees. They have leadership role. So we train them to be effective leadership skills, communication skills. We put it to them. We have sessions with our members for them to grow professionally, personally, because not everybody will know everything. So you will have to give them that training, that those advice, and give them the time and the opportunity to execute and to act on those training that they would have received, to act on those motivational speak that they will receive. So you want to ensure that they are equipped with the necessary knowledge and skills to occupy the space meaningfully and also to execute activities that they want to see execute either at school or in the community.
Well said. Right. Dr. Lavelle, that last number there is for Marcel. And the website for EA is in the comments as well. So you can pick that up, and the link for you to subscribe to the blog is there. Marcel, Tajay, well said. And with all of this, I must pause at this point to acknowledge again our forum sponsor, Juicy Patties, always engaged in youth empowerment and development. So we want to thank Juicy Patties for coming on board to sponsor the Youth in Action Forum each quarter. Tajay, Marcel, you have been awesome as always, sharing gems. And for those who are on, if you have questions, please go ahead and ask your question. Now is the time for you to ask your question so we can provide you with additional guidance. Failing that, feel free to check out the blog on Monday for the highlights, comprehensive highlights of this discussion. And you can be a part of supporting this forum by sharing the link so others can get access to the information. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and set your notifications so you can continue to engage. And for those who want to find out how they can be a part of the forum, be on the panel to share your expertise, your guidance, feel free to reach out as well via the website. There's a section there where you can send your requests, and I will get back to you. The number to contact, if you prefer to use WhatsApp, 876-871-8960. And for those who are not familiar with this space, I am Winsome Sharia Witter, and that's the number that you'll get me on. One number, so I won't miss your message. Let me thank you, Marcelle, Tajay, for coming and sharing your experience, your knowledge and wisdom. And I trust that it has been helpful to students, parents, and that the leaders that are on, student leaders, community leaders that are on, will pass on the information. Thank you so much, Ricardo. All right, Ricardo is offering some flowers here. Wonderful session. Keep up the good work. All right, that's the president for our Police Youth Club, the National Police Youth Club, that is. Thank you again for tuning in. Remember, we connect in this space each Thursday at 8 p.m. And on first Thursday, we are going to be connecting with the JCDC for Culture Corner. So you want to tune in to find out what we're going to be up to. It's going to be September, my birth month. So you want to tune in, right?
That's my
Happy
birth month
birthday
as
when it
well.
comes.
Thank you. All right, Tajay, happy birthday when it comes.
Next
And
week,
just to
Thursday.
remind you that Serenity Resource Connector turned 3 years old on the 26th of August. So we have been in this space for 3 years and counting. Let me thank you, our guests, our viewers who continue to make this possible, our sponsors. Couldn't have done it without you. The organizations, partnering organization, JCDC, Area 3 Police, the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, the Clarendon Parish Youth Council, and now the National Youth Council Group, and the various organizations that have continued to support this space to make everything possible, sharing your expertise, the Maypen Hospital, uh, all of you, when I call on you and you just jump to be a part of the space, or you reach out and you want to know how you can come in and share the awesome things that you're doing and how others can be a part of that. Thank you for making the Serenity Resource Connector community a flourishing one as we continue to grow together. Thank you again. Have yourself a fantastic rest of the night.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.